Creative Magic What's up? This is Sarah Mack and welcome to Creative Magic Club. Together, we'll discover inspirational stories of creative entrepreneurs living out their dreams, doing the work they are most passionate about, and building wealth in magical and fun ways. While building a six-figure income as a writer and coach, helping other women to launch their dream businesses, I've connected with so many incredible people and seen it proven again and again that you can thrive financially doing whatever it is you are passionate about. I'm here to share life-changing strategies for mindset, making money, and reaching more people with your work in a business and life filled with creativity, freedom, and fun. Hi, Sarah Mack here from withsarahmack.com, and oh my gosh, it is Cancer season. I can't believe it. And I've created some pretty epic content prompts for you to use to attract soulmate clients this season. Let's talk about Cancer. So Cancer is the mother. It's mothering, healing. It's also the unconscious. It's nurturing, empathetic, caring. It's the water element. So it's all about feeling and raw emotional vulnerability. So if you're like me and pretty much the rest of the world, you might have a complicated relationship with these facets. I was thinking about my angle for this podcast and talking about my struggles with really kind of connecting to the Cancer element. And on reflecting, I realized that as a culture, we really do not do well at connecting to these facets. You know, even just thinking of the mother, obviously I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who lives in America where the respect of mothers is just systematically at an all-time low, you know, looking at parental leave, looking at even family leave, and obviously things are starting to change around that, but just the really, really, really intense work culture here and how there's such an emphasis on your career as your identity. And there's a lot of absence of social structures that exist elsewhere in, you know, more like older, more established communities like in Europe and smaller countries that are less dominated and obsessed with capitalism. And, you know, obviously it's the mothers that take the hit for that, who are expected to show up and contribute to society and make money and, you know, do the enormous job of raising a human life with pretty like almost zero social support or time off or like empathy or understanding from the corporate structures that employ a lot of people. And I've definitely had a very complex relationship with the identity of mother, you know, especially because my mom was a full-time stay-at-home mom. She raised 4 kids, and that is just not the vision that I have for my life. And I'm very ambitious. There's lots of goals and projects and, you know, business goals and creative projects that I have on my heart to create in my lifetime. And there haven't been that many role models for me of women who are doing both in a healthy and sustainable way. Thankfully, over the years, I have come across many women who are thriving in business and in their creative careers and raising children and doing both and doing it in their own way, which for the most part requires doing it outside of the typical systems that we've kind of been raised in and have been groomed to expect to live within. And I know that, you know, everybody here is choosing to create life and work in your own way, in a way that allows you to prioritize your values. And there's a lot of unconscious conditioning work that comes with, you know, being able to access these new levels of freedom that really weren't available to women in prior generations. So I think this is such a beautiful and potent sign. And my Venus is actually in Cancer. And I was reflecting on, so your Venus placement is your, you know, one of your very potent money placements and can give you a lot of insight around the things that will help you to serve and to make money. So I was reflecting on my business and, you know, my like growth journey. And I've actually struggled a lot to connect to my Venus in Cancer and to really understand it and to kind of find my way of connecting to it. And the growth in that really has involved allowing myself to be more emotionally vulnerable, to face my vulnerabilities. And that was really what was required of me in order to unlock my desired level of income. This is literally what I wrote my book about how becoming an entrepreneur, setting money goals, looking at, serving in the ways that I really was excited by and working in my own way, working with the people that I really wanted to work with, and discovering all of my hang-ups and emotional resistance around money and asking for money and dealing with large sums of money. And it was that work that really required me to do all of that unconscious shifting and healing and processing around worthiness, around my capability, around releasing shame around my desires. And then that's really what led me to bring the money mindset work into the content strategy work that I was doing and to launch programs around money mindset. And my book is all about money mindset. And a lot of the work that I do with clients around their messaging involves a lot of this unconscious work and really supporting ourselves through these layers of resistance that do show up when we start to step into these new levels of freedom of, oh, I can just sit down and spend 15 minutes writing a post and then I can make thousands of dollars. And, oh, I can just work with the people who are really freaking fun to work with. And, oh, I can just work a few days a week if I want to. And, oh, I can only talk about the things that really light me up, and I can start to let go of the heavy things that drain me and step away from people and ways of working that don't feel in alignment for me. And all of that resistance that comes up when you actually start to make moves and stepping forward with taking action on bringing these visions to life, that is a huge part of this work. So I think Cancer really exemplifies this. And the message of Cancer for our culture, I believe, is, it's that this whole concept of nurturing yourself first, filling your cup up so that you can overflow, so that you have more to serve with, so that you can give and be generous and can nurture others and can serve your community and take care of others from a place of being really well self-resourced. And that's just something that our culture is still learning at a very, very freaking slow pace. And it all starts with reconditioning ourselves, right? Of building that narrative and creating evidence for ourselves of like, oh no, it is safe for me to take a nap if I'm tired. It is safe for me to take a day off or to take a few days off. And guess what? The world isn't going to come crashing down. It is safe for me to say no. And the more we get better at creating those boundaries that allow us to thrive, the bigger our cup gets to be able to receive. And this is a big foundational principle of abundance that I really work with my clients is whenever, and we're going to go more into money in the episode next week when I share the money alignment prompts for Cancer season, but I'll touch on it briefly here. Like when you start to get that contraction, or you feel the fear or the scarcity, or you're worried, or you're starting to feel burnt out, or you're starting to feel like I just don't have any more to give, we have to go first. When we want to receive, clients, when we want to receive more money, when we want to have more energy, we have to go first in giving to ourselves. And sometimes that is the opposite message that we get from our culture, right? The message that we get is work harder, push more, push through, take action, go, 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 go all in. When actually, sometimes stepping back, resting, taking space, filling up our cup, that's still an action. That is still a strategic action. And it can feel unsafe to do that sometimes. It can feel unsafe to be like, you know what, I'm just going to cancel my plans and go and frolic in the park for the afternoon and lie in the sun and try not to worry about these upcoming bills, because it's in those moments that we get the hit of insight, or the universe just gets the message of like, oh, she's giving to herself. So let's support that momentum. Let's send her more support. So pay attention to that. Notice that pattern for yourself and notice where your conditioning comes up around that impulse to push and to overgive, and start to break that pattern with nurturing and do little experiments, Notice what comes up for you around that, the discomfort and the resistance, because this is a skill. There's a skill to retrain. So we'll definitely dive more into this next week. So stay tuned for that. So let's dive into some content prompts. And by the way, I want to make sure that I mention, if you have been feeling a little bit meh, or you're feeling like your content hasn't got that zing and people aren't engaging, people aren't reaching out, you haven't made a sale in a little bit, and you're ready to just turn up the dial on your confidence, I am creating a really special masterclass that will give you everything you need to have that breakthrough with confidence in your content, to be signing clients into your high ticket offers. It's called Sun Sign Online. And in the masterclass, I'm going to teach you how to understand your sun sign as the key to attaining that level of confidence that will make selling your work so much easier. And I'm going to share how to translate this knowledge about yourself into content that leads with your greatest strengths, that's most relevant to the soulmate clients that you want to fill your offers with, and how to translate this confidence in really connecting to yourself and feeling yourself and loving yourself, which, by the way, is the thing that makes the most sales in the online world. How to know how to do that on tap and translate that into clear, simple sales content that makes you money with ease online. So if you're loving this content around using your astrology chart for deep self-reflection, for knowing yourself, for knowing how to lead with your strengths and your gifts, you're definitely going to love this masterclass. So click the link in the bio and come and check that out. So let's dive into the Cancer season content prompts. So this season is all about feeling. So, and as we know, emotion is really the gold in storytelling. The more you can translate what you truly feel in your body into your storytelling, the more that content is going to resonate and stand out and really make an impact on people, the more that content is going to lead to sales for you. So let's start, as always, with your truth. What is the truth about how you feel? What do you have profound, deep feeling around when it comes to the work that you're doing in the world? Like, what do you deeply care about? And what is the message behind these feelings? Share those with your community. Be raw, be vulnerable. It was really learning to do this that was the thing that unlocked doubling my income 2 years in a row for me. And I'm British. We hate feeling our feelings. So if I can do it, you can do it. So feel those feelings, listen to them. What is the message behind them? Our feelings, this is real information. So, this is the truth of your story. This is the raw material. Translate that into a message. Let people see and feel you for the truth of who you are. There's nothing more powerful than that. And you can pay attention to, what is pulling you and what is exciting you just as much as what is repelling you and what is frustrating you. Those denser emotions that sometimes we wish we weren't having, those can be the key to unlock a solution that you are meant to bring to your community. Because if you're feeling it, you can bet there are other humans alive that are feeling what you're feeling. So your truth is enough. Pay attention to it. Dig a little bit deeper to get to the truth of who you feel, how you feel, and what that message is, and share it. And you can bet you're going to create resonance and connection with your community. Let your feelings known. So prompt number 2 is, what is it about your offer that you care most about? Why did you create it? Like, get back to, and I'm not talking about, I just want to make money and I wanted to find a way where I could pay my bills and have a good life. But what made you choose to do this work over and above any other kind of work? What was that initial impulse that really holds the most meaning to you? Because when you're in business, we have to recognize that we have the freedom to choose. So there's a reason that you have made the choices that you've made. We want to hear that story. That is the most powerful story that you can tell when you are selling your offer. This differentiates you. It's your heart. It's your passion. It grounds your work into the truth of who you are. And that makes the flavor of the way that you do things stand out as different to everyone else out there who's maybe doing really similar work to you. This is such a powerful approach to selling your offer. So tell the story, tell it from different angles, and let it be emotional. Prompt number 3. What story can you tell from your own journey that will feel supportive and nurturing to your client? So have a think about something that they are feeling challenged by right now that you have been through. Listen to your current clients. Ask your audience. Pay attention to conversations that are happening elsewhere about the topics that you serve on. Think about where you were when you were in their shoes. What was challenging for you? And how did you get through it? Remember how this is like one of the main areas of focus of the work that I do with my clients, because we just forget, especially when you're ambitious and you're always focusing on your next goal. You're constantly feeling like, I'm not there yet. I want to be 10 steps over here. And where I am right now is just not good enough. And we forget that you used to dream about being where you are right now. And there are people out there looking at where you are, being like, that is a dream come true for me. If I could wave a magic wand and be there in a few months' time, I would be so freaking happy. So that is our number one job as entrepreneurs, is to be able to connect to our clients and where they are right now. So show empathy and show leadership by really connecting back into where your client is and tell them a story about when you were there. This is going to create trust. It's going to build connection. It's going to show your people that they can trust you to help them get from where they are to where they want to be, which is where you are now. And one of the number one reasons people don't buy is because they feel like they're different and that you can't help them. So the more we can show people that we're human, just like everybody else, that, it hasn't been the easiest for us, that we've been through the challenges and that the challenges are possible to grow through, even in our own unique situation, that is what's going to make you the number one choice for your soulmate client. So lead with these stories. I hope that you have loved these content prompts. I hope they make you a fuck ton of money. And tag me. If you post a story from one of these content prompts, tag me or send it to me so I can show you some love on the post. And I always love to hear your feedback. Please share this. If you share the podcast on your stories and tag me or on your social media, I will love you forever, and it will help more people to make more money doing their soul work and making the world a better place in doing so. So thank you so much for being here. Definitely tune in next week for the money alignment prompts for Cancer season, and have an amazing week. I'm sending you so much love. Bye. For more inspirational content, head over to my website withsarahmac.com, and please support the show by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'm interrupting this broadcast with a special announcement. Are you wondering which parts of your story to focus on in your content to attract ready-to-buy soulmate clients? Do you wish you had clear sales page copy for your high-ticket offer with a stash of social media posts that lead to easy sales that fill your offer on repeat month after month? Do you wish it felt so easy and natural to talk about how you help people when you get interested clients popping up in your inbox? I can help you. In a 90-minute private coaching intensive together, we'll focus on the most important changes you can start making in your messaging to attract more paying clients into your offers. During our time together, we'll make sure your offer is actually targeted at the kinds of clients you really want to be working with. We'll tighten up your messaging or write it from scratch if we need to, and we'll map out a feel-good launch plan to start filling it up with amazing clients. You'll come away with powerful copy targeted at the kinds of clients who are truly ready to buy your offer and do the work, with a clear step-by-step action plan to start connecting with the right kinds of clients tailored to your strengths and audience. No cookie-cutter approaches here. Plus, clarity on your own story and which parts to share to attract the right people, with a list of content topics and a few solid pieces of sales content that you can start sharing to make sales right away. Clients who have done my intensive have gone on to get 20 applications within 48 hours of hitting publish on their new sales page, tripled their workshop signups, designed and launched new exciting offers, raised their offer price above 5 figures, and signed new dreamy clients into their high ticket offer within days. To chat about how we can use our time together to start welcoming more amazing clients into your world, message me the word intensive either over on Instagram at Creative Magic Club or to my email sarah@withsarahmac.com.